Greetings and salutations. Happy wintertime. It's about 35 degrees outside and the ice is finally melting. The streets are finally mostly clear, so I'm happy about that. I've got a big ask today. I need to ask for your support with some bills that are before the Virginia Legislature. And I'm going to talk about them. I'll put a slide up and show you the individual bills as well as all of them. But here's the deal. It's lobby day for data center reform. Next Monday, I'm going up there with a group of people from throughout Virginia, and we're going to go talk to each one of our state delegates and our state senators, and we're going to talk about 4 different things and some bills that are underneath that. And I'd like to ask you to also write your delegate and your senator about these bills. I've talked about them in the past, but I want to be a little bit more specific today, and I'm going to give you some suggested language that you can use. And even if you don't have data centers in your county, you're paying for them right now. You're paying for them because the air is getting polluted and we're having to clean that in other places. You're paying for it with electricity. The State Corporation Commission just allowed Dominion Energy to increase their rates about $20 a household per month, so $240 a year. Times how many houses in Virginia? Quite a few. That's a lot of money going into Dominion Energy's pockets. So I've got a series of bills that I'd like you to support that are going to take care of those 4 things. They won't be complete because there's a lot of money going into the pro data center lobby, and they're spending a lot of money because you know what? Dominion and the data centers and Meta and Microsoft and Google, Amazon, they make billions of dollars a month. Billions. So anyway, HB 155, 6119, HB 284, SB 371, they create a process where new data center candidates will go through a state corporation commission. The State Corporation Commission will look at the impact across the Commonwealth of putting a new data center in. Environmentally, what's it going to do to the grid, not just from the county perspective or just the region perspective, but the entire Commonwealth. We also, HB 507, HB 496, HB 589, or SB 553, all enhance transparency. It's important that we know what the data centers are consuming, energy, water, because it's not just about them, it's about everybody. And we have to be able to see what the consumption rates are so we know where resources are going to be demanded, where we know we need to put in additional infrastructure, where we know we need to tighten our belts when necessary. But along with that, we want some ratepayer protection, because right now the data centers could come in, they get these huge electric substations and high power lines and all the infrastructure that goes with that, and I pay for part of that. So in Goochland, for instance, I don't know how many households we'll have. Let's just say 10,000. So 10,000 households at $20 extra a month is, what, $200,000 just in Goochland County a month that we're paying Dominion instead of the data centers. This building is for the data centers. We don't want to give them, this is the downside of the data center should pay for it. We don't want to give them a right to go first in line if they pay first. And that goes back to the state oversight. You have to take a look at the entire picture. You can't just take a look at one little county or one little region. You have to take a look at the whole picture. So we don't want data centers to say, okay, if I pay my $500 million for infrastructure costs, I deserve to go in before anything else. Now, we don't want that. So these bills don't do that. And then tax incentive reform. My goodness. $1.7 billion with a B, with a Bravo. That's a lot of money that we have given away. We talk about the car tax. We talk about schools needing more work being renovated, and yet we're giving $1.7 billion away. And we're giving it away. It's not tied to anything else. Not tied to anything else. So these bills, what they're going to do is they're going to tie them to best practices, the pollution reduction and energy efficiency, accountability and responsibility in light of all those tax breaks. So that's it. I'm going to put the slides up there. I'll put some suggested language that you could copy and just send off. I will include my representatives, my delegate and my senator. I'm going to go see them on Monday as part of data center reform lobby group. And I'm going to be, obviously, this group is concerned with all of these issues. But I'd like you to write in. It will really help, especially if you can write in today, tomorrow, or this weekend, so that the delegates and senators are aware that citizens are concerned and that they understand that this actually is coming into Virginia, not at just the county level, but the impact is statewide, whether it's the energy crisis, pollution, increasing electric rates. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I know that my county is not looking at the big picture. They're looking at a very narrow part of their county and what they think that the data centers will do for that small little group, leaving the rest of us out in the cold, as well as not paying attention to the greater Virginia. So, please, I ask, write your delegate, write your senator. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.